The last two upgrades that I wanted to do before switching to the PCB were storage and audio output. In the last video I explained how I changed the storage, and in this one I'm going to explain how I changed the audio output. But before that, if you're new here, in this series I'm trying to build a custom hardware for the Anki software. If you want to know more, check out the link in the description. On the ESP32 we got different ways of generating sounds. The worst way possible is using the PWM, better known as pulse width modulation. And this was actually the way I've been doing it for the entire series. And now it's time to upgrade it. In the new configuration I've decided to use the I2S protocol, an external digital to analog converter, and then an headphone amplifier. An headphone amplifier because I've decided to switch from a speaker to headphones, so that I can use these headphones right here, or for example this one that I've on right now, instead of a low quality speaker. And if you would like to redo this configuration for your ASP project, make sure to watch the tutorial video that I made some weeks ago. But right now, let's get to the changes that I made. The first one is of course the breadboard. I've just added this breadboard right here that you have probably seen in the tutorial video. And basically I've just used a couple of more jumper wires to connect the pins used for the I2S protocol to the main ESP32 C3 board. The second change is related to the firmware, and as you can see in the audio setup file, I've changed the play audio function, and then I of course changed the setup audio function using this function that I took from the ASP IDF repository to make the I2S works. Another change that I made was the audio quality, because in the first configuration with the PWM I was using 16 kHz, 1 channel and 8 bits of precision. But then, while I was upgrading the audio output, I've decided to use the industry standard with 44.1 kHz, 2 channels and 16 bits of precision. But then I quickly realized that the audio files were too big for the ESP32. And so I've decided to reduce the sample rate and not the bits precision, simply because my digital to analog converter wasn't going to support 8 bits of precision. And so the final configuration that I think it's good for now is 16 kHz of sample rate, 2 channels and 16 bits of precision. Another change that I made was actually removing the LEDs from the project. That's because while I was designing the ESP32 C3 room module that will be in the final PCB, I realized that there weren't enough pins for everything. I mean, not exactly, but the point is that if I want to add the LEDs, I have to use the strapping pins. I'm going to see. And finally, the last change that I would like to share with you is the headphones instead of the speaker. Apart from the things that I've also said before, I would like to also say that I've decided to use headphones mainly because I am the one who is going to use this project, and so I personally prefer headphones instead of a speaker. And finally, this is the configuration for the final PCB. For the next week, I think I'm going to upload a video about a full recap of this project for two main reasons. The first one is that designing and waiting for the PCB to be done takes a lot of time, and so I need to have more time for designing PCBs since I don't have them ready yet. And the second reason is that I don't have a video that full explain how the project works. I mean, I have the first videos of this series where I try to explain this project entirely, but I think that they are pretty outdated. They are only explaining the initial idea of this project. I would like to create this video so that if someone is interested can watch that video that explains everything of the project instead of watching the entire series. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and we're going to see in the next week.